Fannie and Freddie. So FHFA is the government agency that kind of controls Fannie and Freddie.
Correct, because we took them over as part of the financial crisis.
The crisis. Okay.
Yeah,
so what's the future of Fannie and Freddie look like?
It's interesting times. So we've got this new administration coming in, and their track record is such that they want to get Fannie and Freddie off of the government's books and back out into the public world.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Let's talk about a couple of things, some changes in mortgages
Sure.
that have come up. And we get to the end of the year, they're starting to prep for 2025.
Yep.
And
2025
So things change. So loan limits changed last year. Are they going to change again this year?
They did just this week.
Okay.
The FHFA, the regulatory body behind the control of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, issued out their new loan limit. It's going to be $806,500.
Wow. I mean, that's like double what it was not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, if you're coming out of the financial crisis, they had boosted the loan limit to 412.
Right.
So from 412, call it in 2009, to now 805.
Wow, that's amazing. And so talk about Fannie and Freddie. So FHFA is the government agency that kind of controls Fannie and Freddie.
Correct, because we took them over as part of the financial crisis.
The crisis. Okay.
Yeah,
so what's the future of Fannie and Freddie look like?
It's interesting times. So we've got this new administration coming in, and their track record is such that they want to get Fannie and Freddie off of the government's books and back out into the public world. They don't want, philosophically, they don't want the mortgage industry to be backed by the federal government and by U.S. taxpayers, right?
Okay.
This one is scary to me, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm
These are profit-taking ventures, are they not?
they're hugely profitable. Like, they put billions and billions of dollars into the Treasury every year from the profits, because the Treasury's basically been sweeping all the profits that Fannie and Freddie make and taking it back because we own them as taxpayers effectively.
Yeah.
There are still shareholders of the companies, but they don't really have any rights because we have like 80% of the ownership.
Okay.
And so highly profitable. And for me, philosophically, it's like, if I have to be there to back you up in the bad times, like I have to be the one to write the last check to keep you stable, I want the profits too.
Indeed.
Right? So if we're going to make taxpayers responsible, then we should be getting the benefit. And then the service that Fannie and Freddie provide to the nation, to the home market overall, housing market, is so important. They do roughly 50% of all the deals that are done out there.
Yeah.
And this is hugely important. If you do this wrong, if you push them out in the market, and let's say we get into one of these crazy moments where Wall Street loses its mind and shuts down for a day.
Yeah.
You know, we've had the things called the flash crash. We had the COVID, where money stops flowing around. That would be catastrophic for the nation and for housing overall.
Yeah.
If Wall Street has one of those moments, something goes wrong in the world, and they stop investing money. So no one's there to buy that mortgage, and no one is there to then finance that house. And now housing stops for a day, an hour, a week. We don't know.
Right.
But that's sort of the danger when you take it out of these sort of core protections that is our federal government and the stability of the nation overall.
Yeah, it's kind of like the savings accounts where you've got the backing there. You've got
it's very similar to that. Like when you have runs on the bank, people know that my $250,000 is 100% protected.
Right.
It's got FDIC insurance on it and this sort of thing. And the mortgage industry has Fannie and Freddie doing that for the largest portion. FHA and VA are much smaller portions. But all these have some form of government backing at this point, and it keeps a constant flow of money available for people to buy homes.
Yeah, so if they did privatize that or take it out, I mean, did they sell it? I mean, does somebody pay for that? I mean, how does that work? Oh my goodness.
I haven't seen the actual proposal. What I can say is that the Trump administration, in their first term, were working hard at it at the last 18 months of their administration. They were working on trying to come up with a way to get Fannie and Freddie off the books. They ran out of time.
Yeah.
And so we expect they're going to pick that back up again and try another swing at it. But what it's going to look like, I just hope they do super carefully.
Right. Yeah. It's scary to me in the sense that I know how important they are for home buyers, for individual home buyers. Maybe not so much for the institutional buyers, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, but for regular home buyers, which is we're advocates of. We want people to buy homes.
100%.
This is the way it should be, and this is work. This is effective. This is a good thing, and the government profits from it.
Yes.
One of the few things they do, they actually make
at this
money
moment,
off
they're
of.
making tons of.
You want to
Freddie are
privatize something? Sell off the post office. I mean, really? I mean, do we really need the post office anymore? Because they lose money like crazy.
It's funny. I sound like, I don't know, something that I'm really not. Like, I am a free markets person.
I know you are. Yeah.
I want,
this is against your nature.
Yeah, it's against my nature, but it's like it's like the third rail. It's this safety net or fundamental framework underneath the country that if you, what I would say is if you mess with and do something wrong to the housing market in a major way, you will crash the entire economy.
No doubt.
As we saw in 2008, it was the housing market crashing that caused that big recession.
Yep.
It wasn't something going wrong out there that made housing go down.
Right.
It was housing going down did it.
And the truth is, historically, we can say that through other recessions or through other downturns, housing has maintained itself.
Maintained
and
itself
maybe
and gone higher.
was
Yeah.
a saving grace in those issues, perhaps because housing did not suffer in the vast majority of recessions. It just doesn't, except for the one it caused.
And at the end of the day, I mean, when you're talking about our federal government, isn't it sort of in our interest that they do what it takes for people to be able to buy homes easily and that sort of thing? Like that's
part of
kind
the American dream.
I'd put it up there with like national security as a thing. Like
Absolutely.
if we create a system where people can have housing,
Yep. I couldn't agree more. I mean, you and I are both very much on the same side on this
So
issue.
I hope the audience and everybody keeps, stays interested in that topic particularly because it is going to be so important that they do it right if they choose to do it.